I'm Trish Richardson. I'm Blessed Mama on the forums from Mentone, Indiana, a little town not too far from Nisi. We live about 45 minutes from each other. In the last 5 years, 5 years ago this month, my husband was in a very serious accident 3.5 weeks before our 8th child was born. Obviously a very stressful time. About a year later, as he was pretty much fully recovered from that, we put my father in the nursing home from a neurodegenerative brain disease. A year after that, I gave birth to our 9th child, second son, by C-section. A little stressful, but a happy ending at least. A year later, we buried my dad. And last year, I helped my mom sell the home that I finished growing up in, move closer to me so we can kind of keep an eye on her, and I had a miscarriage. So the last 5 years have been pretty major stress for me. When my husband was in the hospital, he had a major head injury, and he got to come home, and we had our son at home, which was our desire. That was really a miracle, and even the doctors said that. Couldn't keep the guy down. I mean, you just can't. You can smack him in the head, you still can't keep him down. But he was very emotionally flat, and I just had a baby, you know, so I'm hormonally up and down. And guess what I did? I'm an emotional eater. And in fact, I can remember being at the store buying this big bag of caramel cups that my children never saw. I ate them all within about a week. And I told my friend, you know, chocolate makes a poor substitute for your husband. She says, you just got to do what you got to do sometimes. So obviously that all went here, the stress, the cortisol, oh yeah. And I lost a little bit. I remember about 5 months later seeing a video of myself thinking, oh my word, I look like I did the day before I delivered my son, and he's 5 months old. So I started walking again. I hate exercise videos, okay? I did not like exercise videos. And by the way, I own all but 3 of yours. But I lost nothing, very little, and I was very discouraged. I tried to watch, I mean, I'm nursing full time, but I tried to watch what I was eating, and then got pregnant for Isaiah. And during that time, there's a lot of stress with my family, with my dad being in the nursing home and all that. And had a C-section with him, totally unplanned. I was doing good with my exercises right up till then, and then I worked back into it. And when he was 4 months old, I had gained 10 pounds, lost nothing, and looked like I did, and weighed what I did the day before I had him. And I remember crying. My husband is 6 foot and 140 pounds. He is a bean pole, and he has never had flab on his body. But he has never said a word about my weight. I used to be small. I didn't have weight problems until about 10 years ago. And I cried. I said, you know, I'm doing everything I can. I'm doing core strengthening. I'm doing weights. I'm rebounding 4 times a week. I said, and I'm tired. An hour and a half later, I'd be tired. I'd be taking a nap too. And I'm losing nothing. I said, I guess I'll be flexible, but I'm going to be fat. I mean, you're just going to have a fat wife. And so a friend told me, she said, well, I've been doing this exercise program called T-Tapp. You can stand in this funny stance and you do all this stuff. And I lost 15 inches in 3 weeks. It's like, I'm listening. Okay, what is this? I guess I'll have to buy this exercise DVD. Well, first I got the book from the library. Before I sent it back, I bought my own copy. So I've got the book open, you know, things to hold open. What's she doing there? I lost 15 inches in 3 weeks with the book. That's and 10 pounds. That's what I was supposed to lose when I had my son, you know. So I was really encouraged, saved my change, and I took in the coupon, got my first, you know, DVDs and that, and stayed pretty faithful. I still looked pregnant, but at least I looked only 6 months instead of overdue. It was slowly going down, and then about a year ago, I kind of hit a wall with everything that was going on, but I still T-tapped. I had, you know, more has really saved my life more than once. You know, when I had problems with my hips or time a month, or after the miscarriage, that's what I used to get back for about 5 months. I've told people that I have paid for every DVD I own with what I saved, because I don't see my chiropractor hardly at all, and that was $70 a month I was paying there. So, and the clinics, you know, I tell my family, you can eat beans. I'm going to the clinics when they're nearby. When Teresa came, it's like, I'm making a way. I'm going to be there. And they have encouraged me so much, and the friends I've met through T-Tapp. But what's really amazing is that to push through those times, you know, I've posted on the forums the things you can't measure, the health improvements, like not having to go to the chiropractor anymore. I have a lump under my arm that I keep an eye on. In fact, after the miscarriage, it's about 7 weeks that I could not work out, longest I'd ever not T-tapped, and that lump grew bigger. Within 1 week, doing 4 more instructionals, it reduced again by half. So it's lymphatic, you know, it was worth it. The skin brushing, I have a quick story to tell about that. Last week I started getting a really bad cold, and it was going down into my chest. I was doing Lanny's torture trimmer, that's what I call it, every night. Love you, Lanny. It's great. I lost some off there. I lost 3 inches last week doing Lanny's torture cover. But I thought I didn't feel good. It was Thursday night, but I could feel this going down on my chest. And I thought, I've got to at least do this. I've done it 3 nights. I'm doing it 5 in a row. And then I brushed afterwards, and I kid you not, 10 minutes later, it moved up out of my chest. And now I just got a little bit of a cold. So it's more than just inch loss. That's wonderful. We want that. We want to look good. But what I love about you, Teresa, is that you're more about the health. I mean, the inch loss is great. That's icing on the cake. But the total health, because who cares if you lose all these inches if you don't feel good, or if you end up getting cancer or whatever. And so I firmly believe that that is what keeps me going. I told my husband, if I never lose another inch, I will keep T-tapping because I know what it's doing in my body. I've seen it. And my husband has told me, he says, I need to have a talk with that Teresa Tapp, asking where my wife's going. She's disappearing before my very eyes. As of last Saturday, I've lost 121 inches. I went from a 22 women's to, as of a couple days ago, size 10. And I have only lost 22 pounds. Weight doesn't matter, ladies. It doesn't matter. And I just want to finish with something that means more to me than all of that is my grandfather passed away about 3 weeks ago. And my grandmother had asked, my oldest daughter plays the harp. And she asked if she would play during the viewing, just play in the background, and so she did. And we drove separately so my husband could take the rest of the wild Indians when they were getting a little too comfortable in the funeral home, you know. Okay, time for you guys to go home. And I was going to bring her home later. And so I was sitting by my grandma. My daughter's kind of around the corner, and someone asked my cousin, now, are they related? And she said, well, yeah, that's my cousin and her daughter. And he said, which one's the mother? I got 2 more compliments at the funeral that way. Somebody asked my oldest daughter, is that one of your sisters? And another lady could not believe I'm 47. She says, no way. My daughter's like in her mid-30s. You can't be older than my daughter. And the best of all was I'd helped a friend that Friday night before the weekend. She'd had a major hormonal crisis, and I was loaning her. I gave her a bottle of my alfalfa, did everything I could. And she was giving me an update, emailed me. She said, oh, P.S., I just need to tell you, when I saw you Friday night, you look so healthy, and you just looked very youthful. I just wanted to tell you that. And I'm like, 4 compliments in 2 days. Ladies, that's T-Tapp, okay? And alfalfa, you do it. It's great. Thank you.